reporting on the games you love by people who love to game. The MMO Reporter Network.
You're listening to LOTRO Reporter on the MMO Reporter Network. Brought to you by Doghouse Systems. Choose your weapons with Doghouse Systems. Audible. Find your next great read at audibletrial.com/MMOReporter. And GoDaddy. Put your website to work while you play. Welcome to LOTRO Reporter episode 271. I am your host, Cari, and I am joined this week, as always, by the minion master himself, Layanor. How are you doing, Layanor?
Hello, minions. How are you today? Are you guys giving me gifts?
I don't think they are. I know that he's AoEing beehives, but...
Ah, I see. Well,
yes.
Well, I guess that kind of works, too.
Yeah, but he's failing challenges, and that's not good.
Failing challenges? With beehives?
Yeah, with beehives. Grimbark's beehives, and he failed a challenge. Hey, look! We have pictures. Awesome.
We have pictures.
I know there's a lag, so I need to quit looking at the actual pictures of the live stream because the conversation must make absolutely no sense. All right, well, this is episode 271. It is almost April. It is the spring of the year, and my birthday is tomorrow.
Ooh, happy birthday.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Last year I took the day off because it was my birthday was on a Tuesday. And I'm like, I love you all, but it's my birthday. Not going to talk to you.
Yep, it kind of moves over one day every year, doesn't it? It's kind of strange.
Yeah, I just kind of like that. Except those leap years, then it like stays the same or something. I don't know. Anyway, hey, look, we have a dead Layanor.
Yep, I'm hoping somebody will pick me up.
Okay, you're getting renown and commendations for being dead. That's awesome.
That is awesome.
All right. Well, why don't we, while we're waiting for somebody to pick you up and res you, why don't you tell me what you've been doing in game?
I have not been doing too much. There was something that I did. Now I can't even remember what I did. So.
Well, did you play with?
Isn't that impressive?
Of the shore? Hey, I played LOTRO this week.
Oh, you did? Why don't you go ahead and tell us about it?
All right, I will. I actually leveled my Bjorning to level 26.
Oh, now that's over on Landreval, right?
Landreval, yep. Odfila the Bjorning is now level 26. I need to get her some decent weapons, but she's running around the lowlands. She has the Undying title. We had that for a while. Ooh. So I'm having fun doing that. It's like, oh yeah, I'm trying to figure out the optimal way to go through, it's like, go get the Goblin Tabards. It's like, but you send me in two different directions for this stuff. Can we do this in an optimal roundabout?
Goblin Tabard.
Send me back over.
Are we talking about the Misty Mountain ones?
No, the Lone Lands.
Oh, okay.
Send you for some. Remember, right outside to the Enter the Forsaken Inn, there's that big encampment, and then that's on top and below is the spiders.
Yep.
So I've just gone to the dudes who give me the spider quest. That's the camp that has nothing but a nothing out in the middle of nowhere. Yep. So that's what I'm doing, and I've also did some of the Gondor quest on my level 100. There are fishing quests in Gondor.
Ooh.
Yeah, I was trying to fish stuff, and of course I had no room in my bags, because I never have any room in my bags.
Gotta sell it all.
I hold on to... No.
You gotta sell it all.
Fashion choices. I cannot sell it all, because I have 9 instruments that I must keep with me at all times.
Why?
Because you never know when you will be asked to play instruments, and you must have them all available.
You don't even like 2 specific ones.
I keep the theorbo on purpose. Not the theorbo, the keyboard on purpose. So, Anyway, yeah, so that's what I did. I actually got some playtime in with LOTRO. Also got some playtime in on Final Fantasy XIV, which I will not let it overtake us. But I'm going to be interested to talk to Chris to see if he thinks following the story quest in Final Fantasy XIV when he's trying to level his second job is as fun as Harry says it is, because it won't be. Because that's when you have to grind. The first time through, story quest, it's awesome. It's really cool stories. I love the Final Fantasy XIV stories. And then it's like, second job, I don't get to do the story quests. Oh, okay.
Well, even in Final Fantasy XI, that when you had to get your second job that way, in that game, there wasn't even really a quest to do. You just had to know by word of mouth to figure out where the heck to go.
Yeah, no, they give you quests. They give you the love quest in 14 to your level and send you out to the different camps. But they won't give you, you won't redo the story quests to get those big chunks of XP. And then, of course, the crafting jobs also have story quests, which are a hoot. I hope they didn't change some of them, because some of them were amazing. We retold Cinderella's story or something in the tailoring quest. It was awesome. With Lalafels. Yeah, it was pretty awesome. Ooh, look, green glowing goo.
Lots of stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, I did do something in LOTRO. It wasn't very much. It was something that I came in to do specifically, and then I was pretty much done. I just can't remember what the heck it was. It was right after right after last week's show.
Did you have a daily you needed to do?
Nope.
No dailies.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. So maybe I'll remember during the show. I'm not sure.
Okay. Okay. Can you really hit those guys from up there, Layanor?
If they're directly below me, yes.
Okay. Cool. All right. Well, that's pretty much what we have done this week in LOTRO.
On to the news.
Okay, news. We have a little bit of news. The first question was a very interesting idea that I thought was kind of cool. Somebody asks about having timed portals to different servers. So you could go from Landreval to Brandywine and play PvMP and then be sucked back into Landreval after when your time expires.
To join your band.
Just in time to join the band. Exactly. But you could take your level 100s to different places, or you wouldn't have to go on, and specifically for bands, wouldn't have to go on and level up and learn all the instruments and stuff. And Freelorn said they looked at it, they decided that would be too hard, but they don't have any plans for it in the future, but it will not be ruled out. Which means probably not.
Probably not,
but we don't want to close the door on that. Is what they're saying.
I would think that they would do something along the lines of a mega server before they did something like that.
Yeah, I could see that. I could also see cross-server instance finder before they did the portals to different servers. Personally, I could see that happening, and then I could see what would be happening is the EU servers would have to be their own instance group, and then cross instance with those guys,
right?
And then the American would be NA would be cross server with that group. Yep. So they're hoping that update 16 comes out in mid-April.
Mid-April.
Yeah, it's coming pretty quick. That's 3 weeks from now.
Yeah. Wow.
Yep. Yeah, it's pretty quick. They'd hoped to have it out sooner, but Snowmageddon got them. So they pushed it off. Amistad says he wants his own server. I think that would be kind of cool, because you would be the super uber hero and not have to see anybody else, but then it could be kind of a little boring, too. Because you never have to see anybody else. You'd start talking to the rabbits. It would be bad.
Yeah. He probably does already, though.
No, he doesn't.
He knows languages.
He does. He might know the language of the rabbits. I doubt it, but he might. there was a note in a different thread that Update 16 is getting ready for launch, but no public PvP discussion has occurred. The PvP improvements are not part of Update 16. They will come after.
So is that the map that they're talking about, or is that just general improvements that they're talking about?
They said PvMP improvements are not part of Update 16. They did not say what they... And this was Vivian. Did not say what they were planning. They just said they're not coming in Update 16.
Okay.
Which means it got pushed off again.
Yep.
Somebody several times asked about update on transfers. So it will be up after Update 16, and Update 16 is going to be mid-April. So the middle of the country that they're talking about for moving the servers to is New Jersey. I was hoping Kansas, Wichita would be a good choice, but New Jersey.
If we're talking about center, yes.
Yeah, they're going to... All of the servers are going to New Jersey. And Amsterdam.
And Amsterdam.
And Amsterdam. So you have your choice, New Jersey or Amsterdam, one of the two. And they're getting all new hardware and all new... So that team is working very hard on that. And after that's done in Update 16, then they will start talking about how the transfers and things like that will work. Which means that, Update 17 will be server transfers, and they'll go no PvMP in 17. So you might get it in 18 or 19.
Or 20. Or 21.
Or 20. Or 35.
Hey, we got Mordor, look.
Yeah, I got Mordor. Oh, yeah, here's some more Here's a new PvMP map. Woo! Have some fun. Servers closed in 3 months.
Oh, well.
The whole thing's PvMP map now. Servers closed in 3 months. Have fun, boys.
Yep.
For those of us who do like their 9 instruments in their bags at all times, the music system is going live soon. Probably in the next couple weeks. It's going to be a small patch by itself. They want it. They want them. They think they're happy with it. They think they've got it where they would like it to be. They did say they would tweak it as needed, but they wanted it on live before festival season started. So that is the plan.
That reminds me a long time ago where I actually used to have all of the horses in the game in my bags because they weren't skills.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe some of you instrumental people should be asking for those items to be skills.
That would be pretty cool, except for the fact that our instruments are like your weapons.
How?
So,
I never switch my weapons.
I know, but some people do. They have the Buffy stick and the Healy stick and the Killy stick.
Well, yeah.
But the offhand is basically our instrument, and those have different damage types and different buffing types. And
well, I'm not talking about ones that are used for combated stuff. I mean, you actually don't use the normal clarinet, do you?
Yeah,
I have a in combat.
Yeah. I don't know which level clarinet I have, but some of them are basic drums and things like that. Other of them are level 100, yeah.
Well, then they should be skills. It doesn't have to be those. It can be just instrumental instruments that you can switch out whenever you want, like a skill, and still have your actual instruments for combat and stuff.
That would be kind of cool. Then all I would have to have is 2 or 3 instead of 9 or 11, whatever I've got. Well, and I think you should have a separate bag for leveling your LIs too, because I don't know about you, but I got 6 or 7 of those suckers.
Oh yeah, level. Yep, yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, that takes up a lot of space. So that Oh, and we do have an update on Extra Life.
Yep.
Rick tweeted that should have everything resolved and sent by March 30. He's sorry for the lengthy delay. They basically banned him for being a spammer when he tried to send it out. So he's trying to come up with a solution, but they are coming. He has not forgotten about us, but I think he had following his Twitter, I think he had like 6 weeks of travel in the last 8 weeks or something.
Holy cow.
So, yeah, he's been traveling a lot, and that probably took away from trying to figure out a solution.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've had a lot of people actually ask me about that. So if you guys, I don't know what's going on with, he had some things written down where if you didn't get your codes by a certain amount of time that you should contact him, and then after that was the deadline. I don't know if there's a deadline now, but after the 30th, if you don't have your code, you should probably try and contact him some way.
You heard a rumor that you wanted to mention?
Yes. Somebody told me that the Players' Council was split into two. This is something I haven't heard about, but apparently a lot of people have heard about it because it is a rumor. And it was somebody that asked on, what's his name? Fjorn?
Freelorn.
Freelorn. There we go.
Freelorn.
Free loins.
I don't think that's it.
It was asked on his live stream, and that he said that the Players' Council was split to a PvMP council and a PvE council. Now, if this is true, then they are probably going to be investing some time into a PvMP map or some sort of adjustments. But after looking around, trying to find a little bit of confirmation on this, I really didn't see that much. And to be honest, I didn't look that much either. I just found this out today. And Carrie, you've been looking around a little bit too, and you haven't found anything either, right?
Right. I have been, I looked all through, the forums, and I didn't actually do a search for council split, but I would have thought that this would have produced some sort of response from a dev at some point in time, by like looking through the dev responses, and I didn't see anything about that at all.
Mm-hmm. It's not too often that he actually gives some sort of information that we don't know on the live streams that he does. So this one could have gone under the radar pretty easily. So this will be interesting if this is true or not. If it is, it's cool. And you know what? It's not going to really shake up anything big anyway. I mean, I can't see anybody arguing about this.
Yeah, I can't see either, because it seems to me that PvE and PvMP are two very specific sets of needs from people.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyway, so that was the rumor. And then I forgot to put the show notes, and I just got it in. There's a new LOTRO and Tolkien lore YouTube video out with Corey Olson, Michael Drought, and Chris Pearson. Just came out today.
Ooh.
It's about an hour long, so I haven't had a chance to watch it. I just remembered to put it in just remembered to put it in the show notes. So there it is, the link to YouTube. Sorry, it's like the screen is not moving.
It's not moving at all?
No, I don't know if it was me or what.
Oh, it might be just you.
I was reloading my video. I was reloading my video and got distracted.
As long as you can hear my voice, everything is okay.
We're all gonna die. All right. So let us continue. So that was pretty much it for news. Do you have any other news you'd heard or want to talk about, Lana?
No, that's about it.
Okay, I guess we can go on to our discussion topic. Which one are we going to pick?
You pick one, and then I'll pick one that was on Twitter today.
Okay, well, there was a forum that actually had a different topic. It was called, what was the forum title? It was interesting. Making things more interesting. And what the thing was, and they were talking about character death. And Maid of Lions reminded us that originally it wasn't supposed to be a death kind of thing. It was supposed to be it was a defeat kind of thing, but he said players kept calling it death. So my question to you, Layanor, was, do you consider it a death? Like your player has died and is like rezzed, or do you consider it in your head like a defeat where your morale is just so low you can't continue on?
This game kind of goes out of its way to make sure that you know your character has not died. The health bar is not even called health, it's called morale. Minstrels themselves don't come up and put bandages on your wounds. All they do is play music next to you and cheer you up, and you're good to go. My character kneels down and is defeated and weak, but not killed.
Okay, so he doesn't fall over dead.
Nope.
Like other games do, and just faint and die.
No, I don't know I don't know if it works that way on Creepside with all of the orcs. I've actually never looked to see if their health bar was labeled as health or not. But when they die, they flop on over and they die. So
I see that. I just saw one flop on over and die. Rather than kind of kneeling down and just can't move on.
Right.
I just didn't know, because they said they kind of gave up after a while because players kept calling it death, and they just kind of stopped trying to push the idea of, those are a lot of bubbles, trying to push the idea of, defeat versus death.
Yeah, I don't think that they had to push it any further than that. It's very, very obvious, so... Yeah.
Okay.
What do you think?
So,
do you think that your character dies?
I think it's defeated more than dies.
Mm-hmm.
Because, but it just doesn't, I don't think any of the characters in the game is particularly, unless it's a permadeath situation,
right,
is dead.
Well, we have things like World of Warcraft where if you fall over and you die, in combat, you get up and your spirit travels from the graveyard to your body, and when you get up, there's a skeleton on the ground.
That's true.
You know.
And Rift is kind of like that too. Your soul, but Rift does it a little differently. As your soul is kind of in a clone almost.
Mm-hmm.
So when you die, you have to run back to your body or get a new body. But you're not really like the person. You're like a clone of a person almost.
Mm-hmm.
Who was it? What else? There's another one that's kind of like the clone. Fallen Earth. Is that what it's called?
Fallen Earth. I don't know that one.
Not Fallen Earth. Something. It's a very simplistic MMO. I mean, simplistic, and it's very old systems and not super realistic looking.
Mm-hmm.
But it's I thought I had it loaded on the computer here. Let me look. But it's one of those that the reason I even paid attention to it was because it was, you could like set it to make bandages and log off and it'll do its thing. But they even start you with the fact that you blow yourself up and you come back as a clone.
Oh.
I mean, your opening introduction to the world is you blow up.
Okay.
And it's okay for you to blow up because you're going to come back to life because you're not really alive.
Mm-hmm.
That was just kind of interesting.
Okay, so there was a topic on Twitter today. I did ask people to give us some topics, and I can't remember who the heck told me this now.
I thought it was Brax.
I don't think it was Brax. It was somebody else that asked, why have roaming threats?
Because there's something to do when you're bored.
Yep, that was about it. That's all I could think of, too.
Okay, people were asking for something to do at level cap.
Yes.
They're tired of the same map, PvMP map. They're tired of, what do I do? So people have been asking, I want something to do in the older areas.
Mm-hmm.
I want to go see these areas again. I'm bored of, don't want to do another Hoot Bolt 2.0 or 3.0.
Mm-hmm.
They snuck some roving threats in on us in Helm's Deep and didn't tell us about it.
Right.
Remember?
Yep.
And then people were like, oh, these are awesome. That's why they have roving threat, is people like them.
Yes. and they were kind of in the game beforehand, before Isengard, all the way up to about Mirkwood, and then they stopped putting them in, and then not long after that they started putting in warbands. So it's not the exact same roaming threats. It's a little bit different, but the roaming threats are maxed out, and that's the difference. So we do have something to do, especially like if you have like a kin event or something like that. Grab a bunch of people and hunt some of these things down. I mean, they're kind of cool, and some of you will get first stagers out of it too if you already don't have them.
Yeah, and if you can do it with your pitchforks and frying pans, more power to you.
Oh boy.
Hey, they had that a couple weeks ago, or we'll be having it soon.
Oh, Landraville.
Yep, it's one of our kin events is pitchforks.
You're all so creative with pitchforks and frying pans.
Pitchforks, frying pans, rolling pins, and butter knives. That's what you're allowed to take. Yep, that's what you're allowed to take on this raid. It's fun. All right. Okay. The lunch runs, that's the one where they're taking the chicken to the Hornburg.
Yep.
Has been going on, and it seems to be, they've seemed to have quite a bit of interest in it. They've run a few. They have run 5. Where'd they go? Lennerbrook, Aladdin, Evernight.
Give us some stats. How many times has the chicken died?
Once.
Wow.
Once.
Actually, pretty impressed by that.
Okay. My head says I can say this. My mouth is not going to say this. Ellen Dimmler. I'm sorry.
Ellen Dimmler.
Ellen Dilmer.
Is he related?
Anyway.
Is he related?
No, it's a server name. It's an actual server name.
Oh.
There are people rolling in the ground. Got him to the Hornburg in 1 hour and 26 minutes.
Oh, nice.
Yep. 1 hour and 26 minutes. Yep. So he is, they have been doing it. It's been kind of interesting to hear about how fast you can get a chicken to Isengard. Alan Dilmer. Thank you.
Oh boy, I was gonna say, is he related to Dwayne Dibley, who was from Red Dwarf? But probably not,
no,
since
probably
it's a server.
Not.
If that chicken comes to Brandywine, that chicken's dead.
They're just gonna kill off the chicken's coming to Brandywine. Of course, the chicken's coming to Brandywine.
Yeah, that chicken's dead. There's no way
that you guys are gonna take the chicken.
I highly doubt we're gonna make that.
He's supposed to be coming April 1st to Brandywine.
Oh, perfect. All right. Yes, because Sapiens had multiple problems trying to get to where he needed to be. And one time he fell off a bridge, one time he fell off a log, and there was just so much lag that he could barely move. Like, if he would turn right just for a second, he would stop, face that way, walk, and then teleport, about 6 feet away. So he died one time falling off of one of the trees, and then he died when we all switched over to a new layer. Like, he died instantly because nobody was there yet for him to be saved by. So there's no way that this chicken's going to get anywhere.
Alright, so it's 7 Eastern time, and he's coming to Brandywine April 1st.
If you're going to watch any of them, watch that one.
Alright. The Spring Racing Carnival is coming to Landreval. The Lonely Mountain Band and Windy Acres Ranch presents that. They've done this. This is probably at least the third year that I know of. So they have qualifying races, and then they have the big race on the day of.
Mm-hmm.
So, for example, the Thorns Cup will be Saturday, April 4th at 3:30 at Thorns Hall. So you have to race in one of the pre-races to get the, believe it's you have to win or qualify in one of the pre-race. You have to qualify by racing in a pre-race to race in the big race. Mm-hmm. And the big race is like 100 or 250 gold pieces, I think.
Wow.
Yeah, and they have rules. There's a relay race. They talk about the checkpoints that you can go on, and they do allow a slight bit of betting on the races if you wish. I think they do. They did before. Let me see.
It's not betting. It's a friendly wager.
So they do not allow the betting. However, players can still place wagers. They will have a bookie. They will have a bookie there for you to, but it's not it's not a official bookie. So there's the Thorns Cup at Thorns Hall. There's a Rivendell Cup at Rivendell. There's the Bounders Cup in Mickledelving. They've actually, I'm sure if you go onto the website, there are maps of the routes, and they do a good job. There are checkpoints that people have to hit. They have to see people go through checkpoints to make sure that you're not cutting short and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then the main events are going to be Saturday, April 25th. The final qualifying race is the Breland Cup. And then there's going to be barrel racing at the Henstadter Stampede Rodeo. I didn't know we could do barrel racing. There's a Name That Song contest and a comedy clown show, which will involve hobbits, I'm sure.
Oh, wow. Dwarves are funnier.
Yeah, dwarves are pretty funny. They might do that. And there is some, if you do one thing on the 25th of April on Landerval that you cannot do all day stuff, go watch the formation writing team demonstration. They do it at the Hobnanigans field.
That would be cool.
Hopefully Hobnanigans is not going during that time. That would be really good. And it is amazing how they do this in sync. It's awesome. So
they do they use regular horses, or do they use war steeds?
Regular horses.
Okay.
Regular horses, and they have formations that they write in, set to, I believe there's music.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very cool.
They practice a lot, yep. So if any of those events, that you could possibly make, I highly suggest that one because it's so cool, and that's 3 p.m. server time. And I think that might be my character in the picture. I think I remember taking pictures that day, and she needed bodies.
You're a star now.
I am. I've shown up on a few loading screens for LOTRO, actually.
Woo!
So that's all I had for community. If you guys have community events and want to share them with us, please do so. You can tweet them to us. You can email them to us Sorry. You can email them to us. We'll give you the contact information here a little bit later. All right. Did you have any other community events, Layanor?
No.
Okay. No Brandywine.
Other than meeting me in a game and giving me money.
Oh, okay.
That's all community.
Okay. But you have plenty of money in LOTRO. Don't you?
I want more.
Okay. I always must have more.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's talk about our sponsors. First of all, I keep forgetting to talk about earlier in the show our awesome patrons. We are up to 23 patrons.
Nice.
That is cool. And $110 a month. That is absolutely awesome. We are above the level that we will be getting a new song every other month.
Oh, wow.
I believe it's a new song every other month. Let me double check. Which is kind of exciting. I wonder if they're going to start making you and Celeste and Bill sing.
I'll sing.
You'll sing?
I'll sing.
Yep. A new song every other month.
All right.
Yep. And at $2.50, we get a patron-only podcast. That would be kind of cool. You get to talk to the patrons about stuff and things.
Mm-hmm.
But we also would like to talk about our sponsors that we absolutely love. Doghouse Systems actually has a new new deal that I completely forgot to add in here, and I need to find it quickly.
The new deal is what they will do, instead of doubling your RAM now, they will give you a free
SSD,
solid state hard drive that is 150 gigs, I think, maybe 120 gigs.
Yeah, that's on top of the 1 terabyte that you're purchasing. If I remember reading that correctly. So that's on top of your regular hard drive. You will get a free solid state drive.
It is pretty cool. I have LOTRO on a solid state drive, and there is no load times. There's no load times when you're switching between areas. The lag of the game is actually reduced quite a bit. I was never able to really be out into the PvMP area because there's just so many animations and so many characters that are running around out there constantly that you just kind of go at a very, very slow movement, and it becomes unplayable. As soon as I put the solid state in there, I could fight and I could do things and do my skills and run around, and it was so I don't have the word, blunt, that was the problem, because I could run around people that were lagging really, really bad.
Okay.
So a solid state drive with LOTRO on it is absolutely awesome. It doesn't take care of all of the lag, but it takes care of a lot.
Okay, that's cool. All right, so you can use code MMO Reporter, I believe, and instead of doubling your RAM, you will get a free solid state drive. You can also listen to audiobooks by going to audibletrial.com/MMO Reporter. You will get a month free, which is a free book, which, if you choose your book wisely, can keep you busy for about a week of work time. If you just sit there and talk to no one.
There's got to be some Red Sonja books.
I'm sure there are Red Sonja books. I'm sure there are Conan books. I know I found a whole world of Dungeons and Dragons books.
Ooh, that's right. You looked up the Ravenloft one time, right?
Yeah, there were 4 or 5 Ravenloft ones available, yes.
Mm-hmm. There's got to be a whole bunch of Forgotten Realms ones. Has to be.
I'm sure there are. Amaset wants to know at what level we read an Elvish poem every show. That would be the $5 million level of Amaset. Though I bet I would get better at better at Elvish. Now Chris was not adverse to our next song for the network being in Elvish. He thought that was an excellent idea.
What?
I have proof. It was on Twitter.
What?
I tweeted Chris. I said we need to have our next song be in Elvish. He says that's an awesome idea.
I think I might be sick that day.
I'll let Harry and Chris sing in Elvish. But yeah. So if you have suggestions on what things we can do for our Patreon campaign, or would like to send us a poem to read in Elvish, you can email us at lotro.reporter@gmail.com. You can send us a message on Twitter at LOTRO Reporter. You can follow us on Facebook. Just search for LOTRO Reporter in Facebook. I posted some things today, like there's a Coursera course that uses LOTRO, and it starts again on April 27th.
Oh.
They use LOTRO as I'm not sure if it's the Game Worlds one or if it's a Tolkien lore one.
Mm-hmm.
You can leave us a voicemail at 616-666-6778, or you can use the widget on the right-hand side of the screen when you visit our site. Be sure to check us out on youtube.com/user/MMO Reporter Network. There's still stuff trickling in from PAX on the network, so be sure to check that out. You can also check out our site at lotroreporter.com, and be sure to follow us on twitch.tv/MMO Reporter, so you know when when we go live with things. I think Chris streamed some Elite Dangerous yesterday. I don't know if he could shoot the guns or not yet.
Yes, he can.
Oh, good. I'm glad he was able to shoot the guns.
He was able to actually shoot the guns on his ship before he went to PAX, and then when he got to play the demo at PAX, which was already set up for him, he was not able to shoot his guns again.
Oh, no!
So the devs had to come over and try and figure out how to make his gun shoot, and then his guns shot.
Okay, so what was the problem?
I don't know.
Okay, just Chris.
I'm trying to learn how to drive the ship still, so yeah. It's not my problem. I got different problems.
Oh, okay. I'll leave that to you guys. I'll do my Star Trek ships. It's fine.
Okay.
You can also tweet at me at the Cari Mac. It's TheCariMac. And Layanor, how can they twitch at you?
They can twit me at Layanor, Layanor, where I am posting a lot of YouTube videos that I'm doing, and a lot of awesome, cool Steam sales that have been coming out.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, they had Borderlands 2 with all of the add-on stuff, Game of the Year edition, for $8. I was like, wow. So, yep. As soon as I seen that stuff, I always post it on Twitter. So, check that out.
Okay, we'll do that. All right. So thanks again, everyone, for joining us tonight. That joined us for the live show, and thank you, as always, for listening and downloading. And as always, we do hope to see you in game on a new PvP map.
Thanks for watching the video, everybody. Don't forget to check out all the other podcasts at MMOreporter.com or by clicking on any of the links here. And please check out our Patreon campaign at patreon.com/MMOreporter. Thanks, everyone, and see you in